3 years have passed. You are 21 now, a fresh graduate trying to navigate adulthood. You spend most of your days painting, through your artwork doesn't seem to attract buyers, except for your dad who insists on purchasing every single piece you create. It is a bittersweet arrangement, one that leaves you feeling like a spoiled kid, especially when compared to your sister Sunmi, now a national level tennis player, is the pride of the family, basking in the admiration of everyone around her. Meanwhile, your little brother Jungkook, now 16, still insists on calling himself Kiara's boyfriend. It's an adorable in its own way, even if their relationship feels more like a childhood best friends than anything romantic. As for you, you are still stuck to the Park Jimin. It's an embarrassing you admit to yourself. You know people would judge you if they knew, but it's not entirely your fault. Jimin is everywhere on the news, in the advertisements, dominating YouTube with the highlights of his matches. He's become a celebrity, an international tennis star who represents Korea. His face is impossible to escape, making it that much harder for you to move on. But tonight, it's about your lingering feelings. It's about Jungkook. It's his birthday, and like every year, you are determined to be the first one to wish him at midnight. You know this day is hard for him. It is the same day your mother passed away while giving birth to him. He's carried that guilt ever since, even though it's entirely unfounded. As the clock strikes 12, your alarm rings and you rush to Jungkook's room. Pushing the door open quietly, you stop in your tracks at the side before you. Sunmi is lying on the bed, her arms wrapped protectively around Jungkook as he cries into her chest. His soft sobs fill the room and your heart clenches painfully. It's okay, Jungkook, Sunmi whispers, running her fingers gently through his hair. It wasn't your fault, but it was, he cries, his voice breaking. This is the day when we lost our mom because of me. If I had not been born, she would still be here with you and Van Nuna. Eyes well up, but you quickly let back the tears and step into the room. Ani, you say firmly, walking to the bed. Don't you ever say that again. I can't imagine my life with my little brother. Jungkook looks up at you, his starry eyes filled with guilt. Without a second thought, you climb onto the bed and pull him into a tight hug, replacing Sunmi embrace with your own. He clings to you like a lifeline, his sobs muffled against your shoulder. Jungkook, I am sorry, Nona, he murmurs. Because of me, you. Shh, you interrupt, cupping his face in your hands. If you keep saying that, I will have to beat you up. A small and sad chuckle escapes his lip, and he presses a gentle kiss to tip of his nose. He giggles softly, the sound of like music to your ears. The three of you settle onto the bed, Jungkook lying on his back in middle of while you and Sunmi rest on either side, propped up on your elbows as you gaze at him. Luna, Jungkook begins hesitantly staring at the ceiling. What was mom's reaction when she found out I was coming? Sunmi answers before you can. Wine was too little to remember, but I do. She says with a small smile. Mom was so happy. I remember her laughing and smiling all day when she found out she was having a boy. After me and Wine, she really wanted a son. Jungkook turns his head to look at her. And you, were you happy? Sunmi chuckles, more than happy. I didn't want another sister like Wine. She was so annoying back then. She smacks the back of your head playfully, earning a whine from you and another giggle from Jungkook. Why don't you hate me? Jungkook asks quietly, his voice tinged with vulnerability. Because of me, you lost mom. You hesitate, searching for the right words, but Sunmi speaks up again. I will admit I was angry at first. I hated you. She confesses softly, but then I saw you, your tiny hands, your red cheeks. Your cute little nose, and my heart melted. Jungkook giggles again as Sunmi reaches out to tweak his nose playfully. Jungkook, never think that mom's right because of you, she says firmly, looking directly into his eyes. Okay, promise me. He nods, sniffing just as Kiara burst into the room, her footstep. Cookie, happy birthday, she exclaims. You and Sunmi exchange mischievous smirks before simultaneously leaning in to plant loud kisses on Jungkook's cheeks. No! Jungkook protests, squirming under the attack. Stop, please. Kiara glares at both of you, hand on her hips. Why are you bothering my boyfriend? Don't ever touch him, okay? Sunmi raises an eyebrow. Your boyfriend is our brother, okay? Still, Kiara huffs. Only I can kiss his cheeks. They belong to me. Sunmi smirks. Fine, Kiara, you are his girlfriend, right? So maybe you should kiss him on the lips instead. Annie, you exclaim, horrified. They're kids, stop it. They're not kids, Sunmi agrees. Jungkook is 16 and Kiara is 15. Let her have his lips if she wants his cheek to herself. Oh, Jungkook and Kiara freeze, staring at each other in horror before screaming simultaneously. Ew, no! You can't help but laugh as Kiara jumps off the bed. Yeah, daddy's calling me. Okay, bye, Cookie. Happy birthday, she says, planting a quick kiss on his cheek before running out of the room. Sunmi shakes her head, turning to Jungkook. Are you guys really dating? Jungkook, yes, Jungkook insists. Sunmi, that is not a dating, Jungkook. You really are good friend, Sunmi points out. Jungkook, no, she's my girlfriend, he protests stubbornly. Turning to Jungkook, you ruffle his hair. Now sleep and don't you dare to cry anymore. Yes, Nuna, I want. Good night. Sunmi sighs, leaning down to kiss his cheek one last time. Good night, baby boy. After one final pack, you both leave his room, your hearts a little lighter knowing your little brother is surrounded by love. Meanwhile, downstairs, let's go, Dad. Mom must be waiting. Jungkook dad sighs, watching her tug at her father's hand with the determined energy. How do you handle this little girl? Kiara's dad chuckles, shaking his head. Don't ask me, it's really hard. Well, give me some tips. Jungkook is planning to make her my daughter-in-law and I need to prepare myself. Kiara dad burst out laughing, patting Jungkook's dad on the shoulder. Yeah, sure. Good luck with that. Kiara, dad, stop talking and come on. She tugs at her dad's hand, pulling him toward the door. See what I mean? She doesn't listen. Jesus, me and Jungkook are really in trouble. Kiara's dad laughs again as Kiara drags him out, leaving Jungkook's dad standing there, shaking his head with a mix of amusement and dread. Next day, the stadium buzzes faintly with the sound of tennis balls hitting the court as Jimin practices for his upcoming international match. His movements are sharp and precise, every serve and volley reflecting the dedication that has made him star. From the stands, a man watches him with a proud smile, his arms crossed over his chest as he nods in approval. After finishing a grueling round, Jimin wipes the sweat off his forehead and walks over to sit beside the man. The man hands him a towel. Well done, Jimin. You are improving every day. Jimin, still catching his breath, accepts the towel with a grateful smile. Thank you, sir, but honestly, I'm nothing without your guidance. The man shakes his head modestly. No, it's all your hard work and dedication. Jimin gulps water from his bottle, feeling refreshed, but his mentor's next question catches him off guard. So, have you given any thought to marriage? Are you dating someone? Jimin chokes on his water, coughing furiously. His mentor pats his back. It's okay, take your time. Jimin clears his throat, still flustered. I have never dated anyone, sir. The man raises an eyebrow. Don't tell me you're planning to stay single forever, all for the sake of your career. Jimin shifts uncomfortably. I don't just want to distract myself from my goals right now. His mentor leans back, studying him thoughtfully. Jimin, you're already representing Korea on an international level and you're winning. I think it is safe to say that you have achieved your goals. Maybe it is time to focus on your personal life too. Jimin hesitates, unsure how to respond. I don't really know any girl. His mentor smirks. Well, do you want me to find someone for you? I mean, if you and your parents are okay with that, of course. Jimin's eyes widen slightly, but he quickly nods. You are like a father figure to me, sir. I would be honored if you helped me choose my life partner. The man chuckles, clearly pleased. I have two daughters, actually. Jimin blinks in surprise. He had not expected this. One of them calls herself an artist. The man continues, his tone light and teasing. God knows what she paints, but I buy every single of one of them. Jimin chuckles, trying to hide his amusement. She must be talented if you're buying her work, sir. His mentor waves him off with a laugh. No, she's not actually, but as a father, I can't discourage her. I buy them just to make her happy since no one else does. Jimin laughs along, shaking his head. You're not just an incredible coach, you are an idol father. The man grins, leaning closer. I wouldn't say that, I'm just spoiling her, that's all. Now, my other daughter is a tennis player like you, a little tomboyish but very passionate. Jimin straightens up slightly, his curiosity piqued. Johnson, me, is she your daughter? The man raises an eyebrow. You know her? Jimin shakes his head. Not personally, but I have watched her matches. She's incredibly talented. She has a bright future ahead. His mentor's smile widens. Only if you agree to train her personally as her coach. His teasing tone makes Jimin laugh, his ears turning slightly red. So, the man asks, his voice turning serious. What's your type, an artist or a tennis? Both are beautiful in their own way. Jimin hesitates, scratching the back of his neck. I think a tennis player would suit me better. We would have a similar goals and priorities, which would make me things easier. Plus, I wouldn't have to spend money on paintings and I wouldn't risk being called a bad husband. His mentor bursts out laughing, clapping Jimin on the back. Smart choice, you played it safe. Fine is a spoiled kid enough. Jimmy chuckles softly. I'm sure she's adorable, but I think life would be more compatible with someone who shares my profession. The man nods approvingly. So, you want to meet my tennis player? Jimin smiled. I would love to, sir. His mentor stands up, clapping his hands together. Perfect. Tonight at 9 p.m., I'm hosting a birthday party for my son. Bring your parents along. You will meet her there. Jimin beams, nodding eagerly. Thank you for the invitation, sir. I will be there. The man smirks. Good, now let's see how good you are. One of the match against your coach. Jimin picks up his racket, a playful grin on his face. Let's go. The two head back onto the court, their laughter and competitive spirit filling the stadium. The match may be just for fun, but for Jimin, the day already feels like a win. To be continued.